Hey guys, welcome back to another video. My name is John Vine, and what we're going to be talking about today is why project-based learning is the best way to learn how to code, especially in 2021. This video is for anyone who, has as part of their New Year's resolution, they want to learn how to code. Maybe you're a student that is trying to, learn how to code in university, or, you have another full-time job and you want to switch careers. This video is for you, and in my opinion, if you've watched my content in the past, I've said this tons of times, the best way to learn how to code is to actually code. Forget about all these tutorials, forget about all these courses you can take, all this BS. Just start coding as soon as you can, and you'll actually learn something, right? I've been coding for over 5 years. I used to work in Silicon Valley, and what we do on this channel is I give you guys tips on how to become a software engineer and how to really succeed in learning how to code. So if you like the content, feel free to like and subscribe. And if you're a returning subscriber, as always, thank you so much. Now, what do most people do, right? Most people, when they want to learn how to code, I'm going to keep this really simple. They just take a bunch of courses. I've done this before, at the very, very beginning of my coding career, if you want to call it, whatever you want to call it. What they do is they take a bunch of courses. They spend a ton of money on, different types of courses based on the language they want to learn. They buy every single book they can on Amazon. They order it. They think, wow, okay, I'm going to become an amazing programmer. They get to cracking the coding interview months before they even need to worry about doing an interview, right? It's way too early for that. So you get this habit of, like any kind of field, people are distracting themselves with fake accomplishments to avoid the real work, to avoid doing the actual work. You can buy all these books, you can buy all these courses and spend your money and feel like you're making progress because you're spending all these dollars. But really, what this is going to leave you with is a feeling that you're not making any progress. If all you're doing is taking courses and reading books and you're not actually coding, a couple of months will pass by and you're going to realize that, oh my God, you're going to be like, okay, let's code something, and you're not going to have any idea what to do, right? Now, this is going to be regardless of whenever you start coding, you're not going to know what to do at the beginning, but the most important thing you have to do is actually start coding. Don't get me wrong, you do have to take these courses and these books, maybe not as many as, people do, but what you want to do is actually apply these topics to a certain project. You want to start a project of your own. What you can compare this to is, for example, if you really like Ronaldo and you want to shoot free kicks like him, right? You see them going top corner every time and you love it, you want to do it yourself. And what you do is you buy a ton of books and you spend 2 months reading his book on how to take a free kick. You take a free kick course, you buy one online on how to shoot the perfect ball. And then at the end of the day, you'll have read all these books and taken all these courses, but you really won't know how to shoot a free kick because you didn't go outside, you didn't go to a soccer field and actually practice. So, guys, what does this mean? Right? You have to actually start coding to really learn. Like I said before, taking a tutorial will only get you to a certain point, and you're going to have this feeling of, I don't really know how to do it, because you really haven't done anything yet. You have to apply what you're learning to a project, and you do that by following a methodology that I've mentioned many times on this channel called project-based learning, right? As soon as you start taking a course, as soon as you start, reading any book, the first thing you have to do, even if you're getting in way over your head and you don't even know where to start, just start coding, guys. Start a project, find the most simple project you can see, right? Even Hello World, right? Like anything that will actually get you in front of a text editor or an IDE and really looking at code, typing it out yourself and getting the feel of, hitting the run button and making it compile, all this kind of stuff. You want to get into the groove of things because it's really complicated, and frankly, it's a bit overwhelming the first time you try to code. You want to get over that hump as quick as possible, and you want to get as comfortable as you can coding, and that's why I recommend build as many projects as possible, right? For your first project, you want to start as simple as possible. What building projects lets you do is not only apply the different concepts that you've learned in tutorials, in books, whatever it is, but it also lets you practice your problem-solving skills. Good problem-solving skills is what employers want. Problem solving is what software developers do, right? That's like the most important skill you can have when you are a programmer. You want to be able to take a problem, turn it into a bunch of smaller problems, execute one by one, and at the end of the day, be able to say, okay, I've completed this complex problem by, reevaluating it and attacking it from different strategies and things like that. And problem solving is something that is very hard to, improve as a skill. I still don't have great problem solving skills. I think it's something that you're never perfect at and you could always improve. And, but you really have to start somewhere, and you're going to realize that, when you're building a project, it's not going to work. and you're gonna be like, okay, what do I do? You're gonna have to Google it. You're gonna go online, see, okay, other people have had this problem as well. This is the solution they took. Then you can evaluate their solution, implement it, and be like, okay, now my project is working. How can I make this better? And this whole process is what being a coder is all about. And you're not gonna get this experience by taking a tutorial or, you know, reading a book. You're only gonna get this by building a project. And so what projects do you build, right? That's another question that everyone's gonna ask. Okay, John, you know, you're telling me to build projects. What do I build? Like, what do I do? You know, you want to start as simple as possible. Google, like, let's say you want a job, you want to be a web developer. Google a simple JavaScript project for beginners. That's it. It'll tell you what it is, and you start from there. And, you know, it's really not that hard to find a project to build. You don't want to overthink this kind of stuff. Guys, it's really easy to get into this trap of avoiding the real work by tricking yourself that you're actually working, right? You're going to give yourself these excuses like, oh, I don't know what to build. Oh, I'm not sure I should build this yet. That's all bullshit. That's all you know, trying to rationalize not actually working. What you want to do is get over this hump as soon as possible and just pick a project, go for it. It's similar to, you know, people that don't start learning how to code because they don't know what language to learn, right? They spend months, you know, finding the perfect language. Guys, it doesn't matter what language you use, just like it doesn't matter what your first couple of projects are going to be, right? They're going to be probably bad anyways. You know, if you're just starting to learn how to code, they're probably not going to work. It's not going to be anything life-changing. You just want to be able to code and apply what you've learned in different courses. So it really doesn't matter what your first projects are. Just pick a simple one, get it to work, and you know, you're gonna feel so good. Your confidence is gonna go up so much, and you're actually gonna feel like you'll be able to tackle more complex problems as time goes on. So guys, like, project-based learning, in my opinion, if I had to start learning today, that's all I would do. I'd build a ton of side projects. I'm actually working on a couple right now, and you know, I really feel like every time I get into it, I start coding, there's a new problem I have to solve. There's a new bug that is brought up, and you know, there's a new kind of thing about the language I'm trying to learn that I actually, you know, didn't know before. And these kind of problems that you run into is really what teaches you the most. I mentioned this before on my channel, and I kind of compare this to, you know, learning how to code at school, right? In my degree, we had a couple of projects, we had a ton of assignments to do, a ton of slides, whatever it is. And the real coding I learned, the real time in my life where I actually learned how to code was when I was, you know, doing internships and actually coding at work, actually, you know, looking at something that I have to work on, not having any idea how to solve it, but, you know, really plugging away at it, and eventually, you know, you solve it and you feel amazing and you feel more confident. And that's, you know, the trajectory that I want you guys to take. I want you guys to start applying what you're learning. I want you guys to really learn how to code, and the best way, like I said, is project-based learning. I would also recommend, you know, solving a problem in your life or solving a problem in your friend's life, something like that. That could be a great way to decide what kind of project to build. Really, guys, there's no right answer to this. I can't answer this for you. You just have to do your own research, decide for yourself something small, and then build up upon that, and then eventually get to really complex problems. I hope you guys have found this information useful, and as always, guys, enjoy your coding, have fun, and start building some projects. Don't make the mistake of, you know, getting trapped in all these resources, all these tutorials. There's so much online. It's all, you know, a waste of time if you're not actually coding. So guys, good luck. I wish you luck in the new year, and lots of new videos coming soon. I'm actually working on a couple of very cool videos, and there's going to be a lot of more content coming consistently. I know I took a bit of a break before the new year, but that won't happen again. And yeah, so see you guys next time, and have fun.